Khan from Bangladesh. You are a member of parliament, but you've had a many-decade career in the corporate sector before this. Talk to us a little bit about the journey. How difficult or how different is it for a young girl entering the workforce, young woman entering the workforce and making her way up to the top? What are some of the issues that women need to manage and deal with that are different from what young men need to go through? And are there similarities that you've experienced between your career in banking and your career in politics?
Thank you, Chandrika. It's a pleasure to be here. And I've been hearing such thought-provoking conversation in the last 2 days. You know, I think when we are from a privileged background, because, you know, all of us here, we cannot, with a family which had 4 generations of public representatives and with good role models, my mother, my grandmother, my in-laws, my father, and we were made to believe that you can do anything. There is no difference between a girl child and a boy child. But when I started my career, it was that maybe I was the only female in the team, in the bank that I joined. But I think there are more struggles that women and girls usually face, not just in my country, throughout the world, when young women start out to begin their careers. And, you know, from there, we have actually come a long way, in a sense, but still there are struggles. And if I talk about Bangladesh being, you know, 65th of among 156 countries in the Global Gender Gap Index, being Women Empowerment Champion in South Asia for 7 consecutive years, being, you know, in the top 10 for political empowerment of women, it has not happened overnight. And we have had, we required policy interventions, we required affirmative actions, we required political will. And for that, for myself, I think the role model is our Honorable Prime Minister, Sheikh Raisina. And that political will and the policy changes have made sure that whatever struggles I faced or young women who came into careers faced in the mid-1990s, they do not face now. But now that women are, you know, there are 37% women in Bangladesh's labor force. There are 27% women in the government services. There are 4 million women working in the RMG sector. All this required will, policy changes, and I'm happy to say that in the young women of Bangladesh, I see much more confidence. They want to be brilliant scientists. They want to come into public service. And for me, more than what my personal journey is, it is very important that when I go to a very conservative, remote area in a village, and when I ask a young girl what she would like to be, and she answers that, you know, one of them will answer that she wants to be a police officer. Somebody else will say that she wants to be a scientist. That's what really inspires me to do more. And I always feel that empowered women empower women. And Bangladesh is an example. And we want to continue
Madam Visekha, you have the last word.
I fully agree. And education is very important, and confidence from the families, from the society, and a safe space to grow and be your own person. That is very important. And encouragement, and you know, we have been last 3 days we've been talking about wars and trade relations, and the world there's a lot of toxic masculinity in the world. You know, I'm just saying it with no offense to anybody, but all leaders must steer clear of toxic masculinity, be it a female leader or a male leader. The world will be a much better place then. Thank you.
On that note, join me in a huge round of applause to this wonderful panel.
Thank you very
Samir,
much,
over to you.
Ministers, Excellencies, and of course, Chandrika, thank you very much for this wonderful conversation. We will remain seated. We'll move to the next discussion, Gates of Globalization, and we'll just be back in a minute. Thank you very much.